Welcome to the complimentary video of our instrumentation project, the Blackpack. The Blackpack is a MIDI controller, where MIDI is for Musical Instrument Digital Interface. This means the Blackpack can be plugged into your computer and interfaced with any digital audio workstation. A digital audio workstation is a program that allows you to make and record your own digital music. In this demo, we'll be using Ableton Live Lite. The Blackpack takes its inputs from 3 different types of sensors, which are then translated into MIDI commands, that is, commands that are fed as parameters to a virtual instrument. Those 3 sensors are the following. The ultrasonic proximity sensor on the left hand measures the distance between itself and the surface closest to it. So this can be the wall, the floor, or any physical object. Different values will give us different pitch values or different notes by sending note on and note off commands. One note spans 8 centimeters of distance. The flex sensor on the right hand is a variable resistor that changes value as you bend or stretch it. Different bending values will allow you to control one analog-like MIDI parameter by sending a CC command. In this demo, we are going to show you how to use it for volume. Finally, the gyroscope accelerometer on the right hand is a mechanical sensor that returns the angle of rotation of your hand along the X, Y, and Z axes by measuring the acceleration about them. Different rotation values along the X-axis will control one analog-like MIDI parameter by sending a CC command. In this demo, we are going to show you how to use it for vibrato rate. Start by plugging the rounded end of your USB cable into the appropriate socket. Put on the Blackpack as you would a regular backpack, and roll the respective cables along your arms like so. Attach the sensors to your hands following the instruction manual guidelines. Lay your right hand or your gyroscope hand on a flat surface so that the gyroscope can be correctly initialized. While keeping your right hand flat on the table, plug the other end of the USB cable into your computer's USB socket. On your computer, start your digital audio workstation. You want to set it so that it can accept non-standard MIDI controllers. In Ableton Live, this is done by going to Live, Preferences, and in the Link MIDI section, on the Input IAC driver bus, activating the track and remote sections. Start by choosing a sound you like. For example, I'm going to choose in the marimba section, let's say the bright marimba. Then I take it and drag it into one of the MIDI sections. And this is what you should get. Let's try another sound. In Sounds, go to Voices and choose Vocosyn. Now let's try to get the flex sensor to vary the volume. Let's select another sound for this one, the space pad. Press the MIDI assignment button of your digital audio workstation and click on your MIDI channel's volume slider. Now, in order to assign the function to your flex sensor, you need to keep the other CC parameters stable, namely the gyroscope. For this purpose, put your right hand on which are mounted the flex and gyroscope sensors flat on your table. This will prevent the gyroscope value from varying. Bend your finger without moving your palm. An entry will appear in Ableton's MIDI mappings list referring to CC Command 7. Press on the MIDI button again. You're done. Notice the way the volume slider varies with your finger position. When your finger is straight, the volume should be minimum, while when your finger is bent to the maximum, it should give you maximum volume. Now let's set up the vibrato. For this next concept, I'm going to use a plug-in synthesizer from Arturia, the Vox Continental, which has a rich vibrating sound. I'll take it from my list of plugins and insert it into the MIDI track I have been using. This way, I don't have to reassign the volume. By clicking on the double arrow, I open the top of the keyboard to access the rate knob. I click on the MIDI assignment button, as before, then on the rate knob in the upper left corner. As you can see, it's still unassigned. Same as before. To assign the gyroscope function, all the other controls have to be stable, namely the flex sensor. Stretch your finger to the maximum so the volume stays fixed to minimum. Then rotate your hand sideways without bending your finger. The rate knob becomes assigned to CC3. Click on the MIDI assignment button again. Notice how the knob turns as your hand tilts left and right. Also, observe how the virtual keyboard shows different keys pressed as the proximity sensor is moved back and forth.